Have you ever felt like life just keeps throwing problems at you, one after another, until you feel completely overwhelmed? If you have, then I want you to listen closely to this story. It's a tale about a simple farmer, but the lesson it holds is powerful enough to change your life. In a quiet village, nestled between rolling green hills, lived a farmer named Cale. He wasn't rich, nor was he famous. In fact, most people would say his life was a constant struggle. His crops sometimes failed, the rains didn't always come on time, and his tools were old and worn. But Cale had something more valuable than gold: an unbreakable spirit. No matter what challenge came his way, he faced it with a smile and a quiet determination that puzzled his neighbors. They'd see him toiling under the hot sun, his back aching, yet he'd always have a kind word or a cheerful song to share. People in the village admired his positivity, even if they couldn't quite understand it. One morning, Cale woke up before the sun, ready to tend to his precious rice field. But as he walked down the familiar path, he stopped dead in his tracks. A massive, ancient banyan tree, one that had stood for generations, had fallen during a storm in the night. Its enormous trunk and tangled branches completely blocked the only path to his field. It was like a giant wall had appeared out of nowhere, cutting him off from his livelihood. For anyone else, this would have been a disaster, a sign to just give up. The sheer size of the tree made the task of clearing it seem impossible. It was a symbol of every sudden, overwhelming obstacle we all face in life, the kind that makes you feel small and helpless. The villagers soon gathered, their faces filled with pity. "What a terrible misfortune, Cale," one said. "You'll never be able to move that," said another. "Your crops will wither before you can clear the path." They saw a dead end. They saw a reason to despair. But Cale saw something different. He didn't complain. He didn't curse his luck. He simply stood there, looked at the colossal tree, and took a long, deep breath. He closed his eyes for a moment, and a small smile formed on his lips. He then turned to his worried neighbors and said calmly, "If this tree is in my way, it must be here for a reason. Perhaps it's not an obstacle, but a gift." The villagers were baffled. A gift? How could this catastrophe be a gift? But Cale didn't waste time explaining. He went back to his small hut and returned with his old, trusty axe. And then he began, chip by chip, swing by swing. He started to work on the fallen tree. It was slow, grueling work. The sun beat down on him, and his hands were soon raw and blistered. But he didn't stop. Day after day, he was out there, methodically cutting the massive trunk into manageable pieces. He wasn't just clearing a path. He was harvesting a resource. Slowly but surely, a pile of wood grew beside the path. And this is where the magic happened. Cale saw that the wood was strong and sturdy. He took the larger logs and used them to build a new, stronger fence around his rice field. One that would protect his crops from wild animals far better than his old, rickety one. He used some of the wood to repair his leaky roof, making his home safer and more comfortable for the coming rainy season. He even carved smaller pieces into new handles for his tools, making his daily work a little bit easier. The branches were bundled up and used as firewood, providing warmth and fuel for cooking for weeks. That giant obstacle, the thing that was supposed to stop him, had become a blessing. It had provided for him in ways he never expected. The problem had become the solution. By the time the path was clear, Cale's life had improved in countless small ways. He had a better fence, a repaired house, new tools, and plenty of firewood. His neighbors, who had watched this whole transformation in awe, came to him. One of the elders asked Cale, "We all saw a disaster. You saw an opportunity. How do you do it? How do you stay so positive when life is so hard? Kale wiped the sweat from his brow, leaned on his axe, and looked at the faces of his friends. He said, "I used to think that life gave us problems to stop us, to test our limits until we break. But I've learned that's not true. Life doesn't give us problems to stop us. It gives us problems to strengthen us. Every obstacle holds a hidden gift. The bigger the obstacle, the greater the gift inside. We just have to be willing to do the work to find it." His words settled over the village like a gentle rain. They finally understood. It wasn't about avoiding problems, it was about how you faced them. It wasn't about the size of the challenge, but the size of your spirit. So, what is the moral of this story for you and me? It's a powerful reminder that challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. That job you lost might be the push you need to start your own business. That difficult project at work might be the opportunity to learn a new skill that gets you a promotion. That painful breakup might be the chance to rediscover who you are and what you truly want in a partner. The obstacle is the way. Success in life doesn't come from a life free of problems. It comes from patience, hard work, and most importantly, from changing our mindset. It's about learning to see the good in every difficult situation. It's about having the courage to pick up your axe, whatever your axe may be, and start chipping away at the tree in your path. Don't be discouraged by the size of your problems. Instead, get curious. Ask yourself, what is the lesson here? What is the opportunity hidden inside this challenge? Next time you face something that feels impossible, I want you to remember Kale and the fallen tree. Take a deep breath. Tell yourself, this is not here to stop me. It's here to strengthen me. And then, start looking for the gift. Because it's always there, waiting for you to find it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires and empowers. And share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. Stay strong and never give up.